What is up, YouTube? This is your boy Sadaros Kicks back at it with another video, and today we have something very special. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually make a video on release day. I was very busy, but without further ado, these are the Air Jordan Infrared 6s with the Nike Air on the back. I have been waiting ever since these have been announced. I have patiently been waiting, and I told myself for All-Star Weekend that I hope I can get them, and I got them pretty easily, as a matter of fact. And before I start off anything, I just want to start by saying I hope everyone has a wonderful All-Star Weekend. Unfortunately, I don't think I've ever went there. I think they had one here in Toronto in 2016, but that's a long time ago for me, which is like, what, 3 years ago? I think this year was in Charlotte in the States, so I couldn't enjoy it. But my only way of enjoying it is by copping these. I think for All-Star Weekend last year, I got the Black Cement 3, so every year they release some straight heat. But these, oh man, these, I'm so happy to have. Air Jordan 6 Infrared. Now, some quick history on the shoe. The reason why this shoe is so special is because the very first ring that Michael Jordan ever won was with these in 1991. He actually had these on feet while he did, and so this shoe has a very special meaning to it. And over time, of course, I think it has retroed 4 or 5 times. Last time was in 2014, which had a different color. It was more of an infrared or a pinkish colorway. Then my personal favorite, of course, is the varsity red. That's why this one is so special to me. And I think there was one in 2000 that released as a pack, if I'm not mistaken. And the price for these shoes is, it's outrageous here in Canada. So the suggested retail, I don't know if you guys will see that, but suggested retail is $265, which this means with taxes here in Quebec, this goes up to $304. It's an outrageous price for a retro. You pay a little premium for the Nike Air on the back, which is, look, I don't mind doing that, but it's not the first time that a retro has went up to $200. I think what's going to happen, and this has had a lot of sneakerheads talking about, is that they're sneaking up, or they're slowly increasing some prices up. I think the Laser 4s came out, and for whatever reason, because they didn't even etch the laser imprint. It was simply like, let's say like the Tattoo 4s, it was simply printed on it. It wasn't etched on it or carved. So it was $200 US, here was $265. Then the Lane 5 GSP is $265, and now these $265. I think that it's a matter of time, but the Air Jordans will increase, whether it's this year or next year, because they've started doing that even with the prom nights. The Tattoo 4s was wow. They were $300. I still bought them, but hey, okay. So enough of the rant here. I'm extremely happy that I've gotten these shoes. As my previous video I made, my girlfriend lost the challenge that we made in the video, and so she had to go buy these shoes. And so we got up early in the morning. We drove to Foot Locker here in my little town, and we purchased them, no problem. I think they opened at 8. We're there at 8:30, and yeah. And so to start off everything, on your outsole, you do have your red Jumpman in the middle with your translucent sole, and you have some hits of black, red, and I'd say this is some clear white. I'd say more like a blue tint of yellow. I think it looks fantastic, and I love the design on the outsole. It looks really good. I just, similar to, like, let's say the Jordan 8. The Jordan 8 has some colorful outsole with some designs. Well, this one has some triangular designs, which I think looks nice with the black and the translucent outsole. And if you jump to the midsole, you have this rubber midsole with hints of that translucent sole that goes up. Then you have some black, and I love how they stop. The red stops up to here, and then it starts all across the side, which I think is a nice touch. You also have some 3M. I'll try to include that in some footage. 3M is part of the shoe. I know that when the UNC 6s released last year, UNC 6 is released in 2017 at the end. they didn't have 3M, and the material was different. So on the side of the shoe, you do have all of the shoe made out of the nubuck leather, and inside the perforation, as you see on the side right here, is some 3M material. Now if you go onto the toe box, you will notice it's your standard Air Jordan 6 toe box with some nubuck leather, and you have your normal flat laces, and then you have your lace capsule right here. And this is very nice because on one side there is Nike branded on, and on the other side is Air Jordan, which is a nice added touch. And then you go on the back, which is extremely important, which why I guess they increased the price by $10, is that Nike Air on the back. I love it. I love the fact that there's Nike Air on the back, and I'm actually excited to see what else they can bring out. I think there's the Sport Blues, the Carmine 6s, so many other 6s can come out with Nike Air on the back, but this is the infrared. So if you go on the ankle collar, you do have your bubble, which is iconic when it comes to Air Jordan 6s, and you also have your perforation holes that has some 3M. Now if you take some pictures, again, with the Air Jordan 6s, it does make a great effect. I'm actually happy that they brought this back because I know that the material made on the 2014 pair was not very good, and that the infrared 6 that they have, or the infrared they had, was more of a pinkish colorway. So this is more, this iteration of the infrared 6 is actually closer to the OG than the one in 2014. Now, I love this model. There are some other models that could get the Nike Air on the back, such as the Sport Blues or the Carmines. I would actually love these. But I'm extremely happy that for the All-Star weekend we did get the infrared 6s. I know that in 2017, I think the UNC 6s came out. They did not have any 3M, and I think that the material was not some nubuck. I don't know if it was some Durabuck, but it was a different material. And overall, I think this is an amazing shoe. And when it comes to sizing, if you have a wide foot, I would say the bigger shoe, like the Air Jordan 6, would be good for you. But if you do have a smaller foot or a narrow foot, I would say you can go a size down. And so as for the material, I'm actually a lover of material. I love the fact that when my shoe has great craftsmanship. At first, when I took pictures, I didn't see anything wrong, but I do see some glue stains. I mean, this is standard with most, GR Jordan shoes. Just sometimes, like the Travis Scott 4s, they had massive glue stains. I'm happy I sold my pair. But on this pair, it's not as bad. And again, in the overall, I'm extremely content with what I have. The Air Jordan 6 is an iconic shoe, and it has transcended the test of time because we are now years, I think over 20 years later, and this shoe still sold out on the very first day. There will be many restocks if ever you did miss the initial release. Not to be worried about. Such a big shoe always has restocks, just like the Black Cement 3 last year. And yeah, I'm extremely happy with my purchase. I will not be doing it on foot today because it's really ugly outside, and I'm actually waiting to wear these. Whenever there's going to be a very nice weather, I'm actually going to make a video of my top 5, my top 10 purchases of the beginning of 2019, and these will be included, and I will have some on foot for you guys. So that was my review for the Air Jordan 6 Infrared. I'm, on my YouTube channel, I don't want it to be hype shoes all the time, or shoes that are really popular. I would have loved to have this shoe out in its initial release, but I couldn't, unfortunately. But going on from now, I will be doing reviews on shoes that I love. So my motto is buy what I like, I rock what I love. I love wearing shoes, I love the culture, I love everything that has to do with shoes in general. I guess I'm a big sneakerhead. By the end of the day, I do think that when people go out to buy, the hype shoes, they associate a certain social status to it, and we kind of lose our identity through it. And I think that buying certain shoes that we love creates some expression of self in a way that when you go outside, you wear something. But if you like that shoes and it represents what you have or who you are as a person, you can always rock some certain clothes that will go with it. But a lot of the time, certain shoes are more hype, and you want to be different, but the same way everyone is different. So let's say a hypebeast says, I'm wearing some, $1,000 shoes, or these shoes are this, these shoes are that, but then you have like 150 other hypebeasts that do the exact same thing. I'm not with that. I don't think it's for me. At the end of the day, my motto is buy what you like, wear what you love. And before I end this video, if you could kindly like, hit that notification bell, and subscribe to my channel, so every time that I post a video, you guys will be notified. This case was in, and now I'm out.